Long-term Enfield owners swap bikes for a day. So the day has finally arrived. We've swapped bikes. Are we going to swap back or are we going to keep them? Today was my first ride ever. Even though I've been a Royal Enfield owner for 2.5 years, it's been my first ride ever of a Classic. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Okay, so this is going to be my first ride on a Classic. Wow. It's a good looking bike. Oh, straight away I can tell it's a lot higher than my bike. Straight away I can tell it's a lot higher than my motorbike. And the mirrors are totally wrong for me. Oh, very upright position. Very 1920s. As you quite rightly pointed out, even though they have the same engine and they have the same chassis maybe, totally different bikes, would you agree?
Yeah, they feel completely different. I'm surprised. I was very surprised how different they feel. The riding position is very different for a start.
Yeah, riding position and comfort.
Yeah, this is more comfortable.
Yes, I agree. Your Classic.
Softer, comfy. Yeah.
Rear suspension.
Yeah.
Rear suspension works. Yeah. I didn't realise my rear suspension was as bad until I rode the Classic. I've had people asking me on the channel, actually, how do you find the rear suspension? Is it hard? I've always said, no, it's fine. Until I've rode your bike. And now I realise that I do have a hard suspension. So I need to look into that, whether I can make any adjustments. I don't think that I can.
But I think it's also a function of the fact that my bike sits quite a few centimeters higher than yours. So there's more room for the suspension, obviously, to play on my bike than there is on yours.
So I've just checked the settings.
Because yours is a very low set bike anyway.
I've just checked the settings and I'm on the lowest tension. So
no, I've never adjusted mine, actually. I find it very comfortable. I probably could adjust it.
Fantastic, yeah.
I find it very, very comfortable.
So whether I need to upgrade or put aftermarket suspension springs on, I haven't.
But like I say, your bike is quite a lot lower than mine.
So my bike's totally standard, totally standard. The only addition I've put on is this little bag on the side.
Well, I've added quite a lot.
You've added quite a lot to yours.
I've got those big bars. I mean, it all adds weight, of course. I've got the big bars. Mainly because I think they're called fly guard or something. I think they look sort of classic.
Yes.
But they obviously add a couple of kilos to weight, and I've got the sump guard at the bottom there.
Yep.
I've got that little heel and toe shift I mentioned.
Yep.
I've got racks fitted in the back so I can carry panniers at the side, both sides.
Yes.
I got this from eBay in India as well. This is chrome, and took the back seat off, which I think makes a huge difference to the appearance of the bike. It looks more like a sort of bobber.
But I think it would look a lot nicer if that seat was a little bit more back.
Yeah.
Because I did find my bum falling off the back of the seat.
Probably because you're also
used to having that
as well,
sitting more further back, yes. So I wanted that cruiser feel and I didn't get it. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've done. I've added that. I've added the side rack, the front, the sump guard. So I've added a few kilos in weight to this bike. And that's the other big difference, of course. That you don't feel it so much, but you see it on the tachometer, the performance. Your bike got up to nearly 120.
Yes.
Whereas the top you'll get, or you got, is 100.
I have a feeling that mine's faster acceleration also.
Possibly, yeah.
So we'll try that on the way home. You take your bike back, I'll have my bike back, and we'll do a...
Yeah.
a 0 to 100.
Yeah,
You can get there the fastest.
we can try. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my bike is obviously heavier than yours. There's more metal on it, I think. Even without the extras, there's more metal on it. But especially with all the extra metal I've added, like this and the racks.
Fair enough.
Okay, you ready? It's got a bit down below. It's got a little bit of torque at the bottom, which is, for me, is the most important, actually. I like that most. At first and second gear is where I like the torque. It's obviously they're both the same engine. They're both 20 horsepower. Haven't got much power, but they've got a bit of torque down below.
Yeah, sure. And power's not everything, right? So I'm totally not scared to ride this bike on wet roads because I know that I'm not going to slip out on it if I open up too fast.
You don't really need a rain mode on a 20 horsepower bike.
Exactly. Where I've been on bigger bikes where I'm so twitchy and scared to go around the corner just in case the back wheel wants to overtake me on a wet road. So,
but I told you, I feel, maybe it's just because I'm not used to yours, I felt the steering was more vague on your bike than on mine. I found it more direct. The whole road riding connection sensation, if you like. Personally, maybe because I'm just more used to it, I find better on this bike. It's more direct road feeling.
That's where I find the steering on this one better for me. I love cornering on this bike. I exaggerate every corner. I like to lean as far down as I can, just because I can. I've never had a bike before where I felt that confident I can do that. So I do love cornering on this bike. I really do.
Yeah.
And I did find yours a little bit strange, but you know, only a day. It's going to take more than a day to get used to a bike.
I think a lot of the differences are about not being used to it. And I think if we kept these bikes for a week, at the end of the week, the differences some of them would melt away a lot more.
Yeah.
Especially the riding position thing, which I'm personally not used to, this sort of half cruiser type.
But they are seriously two different bikes. Right?
They are very different. Yeah, I'm surprised. I test ridden that bike before this one came on the market.
Right.
Mind you, a typical Thai test ride, in other words, about 15 minutes. It's not like other countries where they say take it for 5 hours or something.
Right.
You're lucky to get 10 minutes in Thailand. As we know, there are big brands with expensive bikes here where you don't get to ride them at all before you're expected to spend $500,000 baht on them. You know? But I had test ridden it before I got this one, and I think I'd just forgotten what that's like. If I'd ridden them back to back like we did today, you notice the difference a lot more, of course.
Yes. So anyway, do you want to swap for my bike?
I don't mind. Which one do you want to go back on?
No. Full time, I mean.
Oh, I see. No. Come on, Emma, we both agreed this is a prettier bike. You got to admit.
It is.
I mean, you're not showing it from the best side at the moment because the exhaust's over here.
It is a
But it is a prettier bike. It may not be as fast as yours, but it's definitely wins the beauty competition between these two.
So which bike would I prefer to take home tonight? My Meteor. So it's a really good experience, really good experience to ride the Classic. And it just shows that Royal Enfield are doing the right thing and making two styles of bikes, because every person has their own
and what they can do with the same motor. We were saying earlier on, the new motor they've got in the new Himalayan, I think they call it Himalayan. Himalayan in Indian.
450.
I think they're going to be putting that in a few new models.
Well, wouldn't that be fantastic in this bike as well?
It would probably be.
And your bike.
Also, yes. That would be definitely an upgrade. You wouldn't have to fiddle around with extra cogs and things if you had a slightly bigger engine in
Exactly.
This. And they're both one cylinder, but that's a water-cooled engine, and this is
I've seen people on YouTube changing the camshaft on your bike.
Yes, for performance camshaft.
Performance camshaft.
250 pounds at Hitchcock's or somewhere.
Changing the air filter, changing the front sprocket.
Yeah, but why not just get them, if you're that concerned about power, then just get a more powerful
bigger bike. I agree
in
with
the first place.
I agree with you. So I won't change anything to this one. I like to keep my bikes as standard. I think you get better fuel economy if you keep your bike as standard.
You reckon you get more than me. I use, just filling up today, it was 3.3 litres to 100, which back into miles per gallon is probably over 80, I think. It's It's not 100. 100 is 2.5.
I definitely know this one's better on fuel because you were 400 baht for how many kilometers?
Well, it's the same. The price of the fuel is the same.
Yeah, but how many kilometers did you get?
303 kilometers to go to use 10 liters.
For 400 baht, where I can put 320 baht in and get 320 kilometers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think you're a more careful rider, probably.
Maybe I'm a careful rider. Sometimes I'm an idiot. Sometimes. So.
But even though you've got more top speed than I have, you maybe ride more.
I do use it every day, right? So my daily commute, this bike has been used every day for the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And it does okay for me.
Although you compare our mileage with what people in the UK do. I've had this bike since May, and I've got almost 9,000 kilometers on it. Whereas in the UK, people have bikes for 3 years and don't put as much on as I've done in 6 months. You know?
Exactly. So I'm up to 22,500 kilometers on this one now. So
yeah, which is what the average British biker puts on the lifetime of their motorbike, probably. You know?
Right. So here's to a successful day.
Yeah. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. It was a good idea. It was very interesting.
So yeah, that was unexpected that the bikes feel so different, and my Meteor goes much faster than yours.
A little bit.
Speed test. How fast can we go? Okay, you ready? So since recording this video, I've discovered that the Classic has a 1 inch larger rear wheel than the Meteor, and this causes slower acceleration. It's nearly time to announce the winner of the DVR camcorder, so if you haven't already done so, now's the time to go and watch, like and subscribe to that video for your chance to win. Until next time, ride safe, and I'll see you on the next video.